Welcome back to Friday Night in Athens. We are here with Oconee County Warrior head coach, Coach Benjamin Hall. Coach, we'll start out with Titus Watkins. He comes out on the long touchdown run, limping. What's the odds he plays in the second half?
I think it's pretty good. He got a hamstring. It's in the meat of the hamstring. I'm going to check him at half, but we went with Mac just to be safe right there until we can check him. Trainer said it was in the meat, so it's not long haul. It's not worrisome.
And 7-7 going into halftime, what adjustments and what have you liked to see so far?
Well, I'd like to finish drives. We go down and we miss a field goal, and we drop a ball on early on that would have extended a drive. We need to finish.
Mm-hmm. Best of luck in the second half, Coach.
All right, thank you,
Yep.
guys.
Thanks, Patrick. Titus is a huge contributor to the first half, and
No
definitely
doubt.
a good thing that he is healthy for the second one. All right, let's get back to tonight. Let's get back to the region. Jackson, I have you back here up on set. What's going on around the 8?
Plenty of action going on around the 8 right now, but what we're most excited for, at least I am, is this Cedar Shoals up 17-7 over the War Eagles on the road right now. The comeback story continues for the Jaguars. That offense is doing what we were hoping they were going to do. They found their rhythm, but Chestatee is still struggling. Only down 2 scores, though. They can still come back in that game.
Absolutely, absolutely. North Oconee, what are our guys, Tate Titchon, Jack Kelly up to?
Well, they're doing Tate Titchon, Jack Kelly things. They're up 14-0 over Walnut Grove. They're at home right now, so just across the way. 14-0. That score came in with a couple minutes left, as I think the homecoming queen just got named here behind us. We'll get back to that as well.
Very
but North
exciting.
Oconee on top.
That was my prime. Homecoming. I peaked in high school. But
Of course, I was on, but I didn't win, so congratulations.
I love it. All right, next up we got Athens Christian.
Athens Christian hosting Raven County Tigers right now and getting beat 24-0 at the half. You don't want to say you saw it coming, but this Tigers team is really good right now, Camille, and they're just facing a tough team, this team in a tough season that's trying to develop right now. They're up 24-0 at the half.
Awesome. Game I've been most curious about tonight, Athens County, Banks County.
Spartans are on top 13-0. They're not scoring as much as we thought they were in that first half. Banks County's defense is struggling this year, and of course we know the Spartans' run game is phenomenal right now with Welch and Wingfield. So only to be down by 13 into Banks County, you got to feel pretty good about that. You have plenty of time to come back in that second half, only down 2 scores.
Absolutely. Game is far from over. All right,
Absolutely.
Last but not least, what's Vandergrift got the boys up to for Prince Avenue?
I'm sure good things, but we don't have a score for you just yet. Online, we haven't seen any scores come in. I did hear that game might have started a little bit late, so that could play a factor, but still shows 0-0. We'll keep you posted on that one at the postgame show.
Absolutely. Well, we will have more with Trey and Patrick, our analysts tonight. Our own Rafa Cruz caught up with some other around the 8 region schools, taking to the football field, but a little bit different football with recent changes and announcements by the International Olympic Committee. Let's check out what Rafa has for us.
On Monday, the International Olympic Committee announced that 5 new sports will be added to the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles, including flag football. Clark Central JV head coach Marie Peel, a former tackle football player in high school, was very happy to hear the news and is excited for future opportunities that young women will have in the years to come.
My initial reaction was finally. Finally we have something that we could play some hard with. Well, we play hard in all sports, but with football, because I feel like when I played tackle football, it was taking like a joke a little bit. They was coming at us with the lingerie league and all that fun jazz. And now that we have a sport that is taken seriously with the young ladies, I'm like, yes, we have an opportunity to push them to another level in the sport that we all love, which is football. And also just show that talent. It's a little bit different in flag, right? You get to use a little different skill set. So just knowing that now it's an opportunity for our girls, I'm excited.
Athens area teams, including Clark Central, have been able to attend flag football coaching clinics sponsored by the Atlanta Falcons. And they were even able to meet and learn from USA women's flag football head coach Saeed Mortasavi.
He gave his spiel on things that he do, drills. So all of it was just me being a sponge, soaking it up, learning.
Flag football debuted in the Athens area last season, and now every program is experiencing growth.
So this is my first year. So Coach Pass's inaugural year was last year with varsity. She decided to bring on a JV team, is where she reached out to me and gave me this opportunity. And I'm going to tell you right now, just from starting with her in August to this point, has been growth like I've never seen in the sport.
With 4 Athens area schools already entering their second year of holding a flag football team, there's plenty of opportunity for other schools to do the same, and it might not require a lot to jumpstart a flag football program.
And from an administrative standpoint, it's you already have a football stadium. You need flags, which are, very cost effective. You need footballs, and then after that, everything you probably already have because of your Friday night football team. So it's one of those things where it's not a sport that costs an athletic department a lot of money, so it's there's a high return on what you have to invest in it to get it started.
With flag football reaching the international level and it being integrated more and more at the high school level, it could soon become one of the fastest growing sports in America.
They have an opportunity to get paid during this. They have an opportunity to go to college off of flag football. So to me, I feel like these are opportunities that young men have been getting all their lives, where now we get to capitalize on that as well. So I'm excited for the future.
With the Carmical Sports Media Institute, I'm Rafa Cruz.
I am back with Patrick and Trey, our analysts tonight. Guys, 1976, first game ended as 0-0 tie. The region record is 9-9, and we are at the half. The score is 7-7. What is up with these two teams? They're a numbers team. Trey, what have we seen from Monroe area?
So from Monroe's side, we talked a lot in pregame about how big Flash Darion Manuel was going to be for this team. 7 carries, 17 yards. He hasn't produced very much. It's been all about Jit Carr. Jit Carr has 50 yards in the rush game for them, and that's where most of their offenses come. But interestingly enough, it seems like I didn't know anything I was talking about at the beginning of the game, because I said they wouldn't pass very much. Their one score of the game, it was a 28-yard touchdown from Dylan Hamby to Slade Summers at the end of the first quarter to put them up 7-0. So it's interesting what we've seen from them. It's a different type of offense.
Right, and for Oconee County, really it's been two big plays from Titus Watkins. One of them led to a missed field goal, and the other one, Titus Watkins was able to run it in himself for a touchdown, but he got injured on that play. But speaking to Coach Hall, at halftime, going into halftime, he felt pretty confident he'll be back here in the second half, so we'll have to see if he's back.
We can thank the Big Uglies for that. That's what they call their offensive line. They made it ugly and opened up those couple of plays for them, so they were able to tie up the game, so that's all that really matters right now.
Absolutely. Trey, what is one thing that this team needs to focus on, Monroe area needs to focus on to come out successfully on the top at the end of the game?
They got to get the flash going.
Okay.
That's what they've done all year. He's been a 1,000-yard rusher. It's going to be about them getting him going in the run game and going back to what they know, their bread and butter on the ground. They can still use a bit of Jit Carr, but it's going to be a lot necessary from the flash in this one.
Absolutely, and that is the sound of we need to get going. The second half's about to kick off. Thanks for joining us. Again, I'm joined by Patrick and Dre here, and this is the conclusion of your post-game, or your halftime show. We will see you post-game.